Hi there. In this video, I want to show you how to put some of the things that we have learned together to graph a more complicated function. So you can see that I've got a function there, y equals 3 bracket x plus 4 bracket 2 minus 6. So this is going to be a parabola, and this function is in the vertex form, or we also call that the standard form. And remember, that form tells us what the vertex is for that parabola. So remember the vertex form is like this. So anything that's in that H position, that's going to tell us the X value of the vertex, and in the K position, it'll tell us the Y value. So for this case here, the vertex for this, I look at the 4, that's in the brackets and it's squared, that's the H. And remember, we use the opposite sign of the H. So that means the X value for the vertex is -4, not +4. And then this 6 here, that's in the K position, right? And so then that, we don't change the sign, that would be -6. So now that I know the vertex, I can decide what the values are going to be that I would put for my X values in my table. So I'd start at the -4, and then I want to go up and down from that. So I could use -3 and -2. So those are 2 up, and then I'd use -5, -6. That's 2 down. So when I do this, I know that I'm going to get that nice U shape because the vertex will be here, and then I'll have numbers going up and down from that. All right, so let's plug these numbers into a table of values. So I'll start with the -6. Here I want to show you that you really need to use your BEDMAS, your order of operations. And so don't forget your order of operations when you start to plug these numbers in. Otherwise, you can get the wrong answer. So I'm going to take the -6 and put that where X should be. All right, so see I've got the original function here. There's the X. I've put -6 there. So then remember, I need to do by BEDMAS, I need to calculate in the brackets first. So I've got -6 plus 4 in the brackets. So -6 plus 4, that's -2. So I do that calculation first. Then exponents, I need to do that next. So -2 squared is 4. That's my exponent. Then I do my multiplication or division. So I've got 3 times 4, so I do that. And then I do my subtraction, so 12 minus 6. And that gives me 6. So then I can have a column on the side if you want to keep things tidy. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to do that for this. And the coordinates for that point would be -6 and 6. All right, so the two things we've done so far, we figured out what the vertex is, and then we're making a table of values, and we're using the X value of the vertex to decide what the values will be for our table. Now, I want to show you 2 checks that you can do. So I've calculated the rest of these really quickly for you, and I'll just write down the coordinates. So when X is -5, I calculated that Y would be -6, or sorry, -3. When X is -4, I calculated that Y would be -6. And remember, that's the vertex. We actually didn't even need to do this calculation because we already knew that. When X is -3, y is negative 3, and then I calculated here when x is negative 2, y is 6. Now, a check that you can do here is to make sure that going up and down from the vertex, the y values match. They should match because remember, you're going to have that mirror image. So here's my vertex. When I go one up and one down, you can see that the negative 3's of the y's, they match going up and down. And then 2 up and 2 down, the 6's match. So that gives me a good indication that I've done my order of operations correctly and that I've got, I'm going to end up with a graph that's got a nice parabola U-shape. So that's the first check, is checking your y values to make sure that they're matching each other. The second check is to actually plot this. So I can do that. So I'll plot my vertex first, negative 4 and negative 6. So negative 4 and negative 6. So that's the vertex. Negative 5 and negative 3. So negative 5, negative 3 right here. And then negative 6 and 6. So negative 6 and 6. And then the next points would be negative 3, negative 3. So negative 3 here. And then negative 2 and 6. All right, so this is the second check. You can see that we've got that nice U shape that you would see if you've used the vertex of the parabola. So if I had just used a section like right here, say, of the parabola, like my x values just corresponded with this part of the parabola, I wouldn't see that U shape. So that's why it's really nice to use that vertex form, figure out what the vertex is, make your table of values according to that, and then you can do these checks. You can check the y's, make sure that they match each other, and then draw the parabola and see that it is a parabola. So that means I've done all my calculations correctly. All right, thanks very much. Miigwech.